Hi, my name is CJ, and in this video I'm going to show you how I fixed a problem that I didn't like when I was teaching in Zoom, where I couldn't see what was happening with my participants and in the chat panel while I was working. So right now I'm in a Zoom session, and to sort of show you the problem that I was seeing, when I say I want to share a screen and I go and find my PowerPoint slides that I'd like to share, as soon as I run my slideshow, it's taking up my full screen, and I can no longer see my participants and my chat. So I can't see who's in the session with me, and I can't see the chat. Now I can click on this participants and bring it up, and kind of move it over here, and I can click on more and bring up the chat and kind of move it over here. But even still, it's overlapping my slides, and it's all feeling a little bit crowded as I'm going. So as I'm working through my slides, it's too much in the way. So this is what was bothering me, and here's how I've gotten around it. I'm going to stop sharing. And so what this takes is just making a little change to how PowerPoint shows the slideshow, and that fixes it up a lot for me. So what I'll do is go to PowerPoint first. I'll just end this show that I had running. And so I'll make this change in PowerPoint. Go to Slideshow and go to Setup Show. And in here, just change to the second option, Browsed by an Individual Window. And when I say OK, now what this does in PowerPoint is when I run my slideshow, instead of it taking up the whole screen, instead it's just now using just a little bit of this window. So it's just a bit of a smaller part there. Okay, so now when I go back to Zoom and I go back to share my screen in Zoom, I'm going to choose my PowerPoint again. And this time you can see that it's shared just within a window, so I can make it smaller or bigger as I need. And now when I bring up my participants and I bring up my chat panels, they are not overlapping on my slides anymore. I might have to resize them a little bit so that they fit exactly where I want them to be, but they're not on top of my slides at least. So as I go, that's much better. I also like to move this bar down, and if I'm using video, if anyone else in my class is using video, I prefer to have it sitting up at the top of my screen, because then if I'm looking at the video, I'm actually looking at the camera. So it looks a little more like doesn't look like I'm looking down in the corner at something far away. So not sure if you find that helpful, but I sure prefer being able to see my chat and participants not on top of my slides.